Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, you guys. Hi, it's your girl, Renelle, and I'm back again. Back as promised to continue our discussion regarding the family. I don't know why I always gotta sing the intro, but I never said I was a singer because I'm not. Okay, but again, welcome back, you guys. I'm glad to be back. So yesterday I left off on we were discussing the aunt. I think I had kind of went into it a little bit, but I realized that the video was going to be too long, so I ended up cutting it off. But so just a little recap from yesterday. So we spoke of the daughter. We went through a few of the roles that the daughter goes through. Born as a daughter, she becomes a sister to her siblings, and then a cousin, and then a friend. And so the next thing was we were talking about her older siblings having children of their own, and now she's transitioning into the role of an aunt. So that's where we left off. And I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm just rambling or that I'm speaking too fast. I really want to take time to break each role down, because there's really a lot of more information that I can be inserting. So I'll probably end up going back and breaking each role down, and then that'll cut down the size of the video, because I'm trying to keep the videos to half an hour. Okay, my last two I think were like about an hour, and honestly I don't want to take up that much of your time, so that's what I plan to do. So we'll see. But okay, so now let's see. So now the daughter, she's older, she's a young adult, and now she has more responsibilities. She has nieces and nephews that's looking up to her, or maybe even friends may have children. So now, again, the roles are circulating. So she's taking on the role of an aunt. Let's see. This was like an insert that I got from drax.com. And it says, the aunt is the perfect blend of a mother and a friend to her niece. So she's like a mother, but then there's also that little, she can be so cool with her niece that, she can get her niece to kind of look at her as she would a friend, as far as like in confiding in her. She can trust her. She don't have to worry about telling her aunt, something serious or important, and her aunt, going back and telling everybody or nothing like that. She really puts her trust in her aunt. Okay, she is part of a young girl's roots. So again, a very, very important role. Again, not this what we see today, on social media. There's all kind of names that they have. The cool aunt, I don't even know some of the names, because I really don't pay attention to it, because I have no interest in being any of those aunts. But the aunts that hang out in clubs and go on dates, dates with their nieces, no. That's a no-no. Okay, an aunt allows her niece to flourish and discover new things comfortably. So, again, aunt taking the niece, like I said, maybe on trips, educational trips, or maybe even if it's something just to get away and, just the two hanging out. But yeah, like, taking her, like maybe if the mom isn't available, or going along with the mom to college trips, I think that's real cool when a mother and her sister, you know, the daughter's niece, the daughter's auntie, they go and do things like that. Because you never know. The mother may not be able to, come and get, she may have something going on, and the aunt may need to go and pick the niece up from college, or, may just need to go down there. So I think that's really cool to have that type of relationship. As an aunt serves as a safety net, trusted advisor, the cool adult, an extra provider. And that's the thing to remember. The daughter, she has her providers, but as an aunt, you're an extra provider. And I'm sure you probably have your own kids. An aunt is someone that, usually have children, but again, you love your nieces and your nephews so much that you automatically look at them as you would look at your own. Okay? A role model, a surrogate parent may be deceased, so that aunt steps in and she's gonna be there, just like her sister would. You may even have to open up your home to your niece, before you see her out on the street, or going from house to house struggling. So that's one of the things, but that all depends on what state she's in. If she's obedient and she's working, and she got her own thing and she's trying to succeed, then by all means help your niece, help her. And any nurturing adult woman serves as an impactful aunt for young girls. So again, any nurturing adult woman. So you don't have to necessarily be the aunt biologically. An aunt can be, you could be adopted in. You can be, appointed by some of the family members. So again, it's not just biological. An aunt is a trusted mentor to her nieces when their parents are physically or emotionally unavailable. Again, I'm going ahead of myself, but that just shows you that I'm trying to stay on course with this. Like I said, I've studied this because there's so many, areas that, I feel like, okay, I didn't do this right, or I could have done this better. And it's like I said, it's just things that we do that we don't know, we don't do purposely, but we do out of a lack of knowledge. So that's why I took it upon myself to study the family, because I genuinely wanted to know, how is it that, again, things like, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but things like jealousy and envy and deceit and backbiting and all of that, how could that, creep its way up into a family? And in doing this research, I see is when the family is not formed and bonded closely, things like this happen. So it don't just happen as you get older. This is something that the children have picked up when they were younger. Like I said previously, things like they weren't taught to share, or they weren't taught to compliment. And that's one of the things that I'll just interject real fast. Complimenting. I never understood, how is it that some women, it amazes me. It really does, because there are some, and I'll just use like with Facebook, there are some people that will sit on your page. When I tell you, you don't even remember that you befriended them, but that's all they do is just sit there and they watch. They don't have nothing to say. They're not going to comment. They're not going to compliment. They're not going to uplift. They're not going to encourage, motivate, nothing. They're just there to watch, to see everything that you do. And they're probably trying to duplicate half of the stuff that you do. They got the recipe, but you ain't got the sauce, so what can you do with it? And I have to, and I'm guilty, because you know what? A few years back, because I was the type, I'm on everybody. I'm trying to comment on everybody's page and, say this and that. And I had to stop, because honestly, there are some people that will just come just for you to compliment them. And they're never going to say anything about nothing that you do. So what I do, because nowadays I'm keeping my circles tight. So those that interact and mingle with me, I mingle and interact with them. We're going to keep the lines of communications open both ways, because you're not going to just use me to feed your ego, because at that point, that's all it is. You just got a big ego, and you just want somebody to see you, but you don't see nobody else. Everybody needs to be encouraged. Everybody. I don't care what it looks like they got going on. Everybody could use some encouragement, so we have to encourage each other. Okay, getting back to this. Okay, an aunt offers a non-judgmental ear for her nieces. So again, your niece should be able to sit down and talk to you and not have to worry about feeling, like you're judging them, or that you're going to scold them for the mistakes that they made. Give them that. Let them make mistakes. You be there along the way to kind of lead them and put them back on their course. Okay, we need that. That's why we're seeing all these super young mothers, and they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue how to raise their children. Nobody taught them. If your niece is a new young mother, take her under your wings and show her how to care for her child the proper way. Teach her all those things, that there's no way she would have known. She wouldn't have known. She's new. She's new to this. Take her under your wing. That's your great niece. Take her under, or your great nephew. Take her under your wing and help her take care of them, or show her how to properly care for her children. Let's see. This helps them sort through challenges, knowing that they are not alone. Again, it may be something they can't talk to their mother about. Or if the mother, again, is absent, that's the time that you really need an aunt. If you're motherless, if you don't have a mother, when you have a child for the first time, you really need that. So aunts, let's step up. Let's step up and help our nieces, help them raise strong, intelligent, powerful children. Okay? Because again, that's our family. That's our future. The children are our future. Those are, the ones that we're going to be passing the torch to. So why not have a say in their life? Why not speak into their lives? Why not see the fruit of their labor while you're still around? At least you can feel like you've served your purpose before you leave this earth, because you have now you've instilled in your niece's life, and now into your great niece or your great nephew. Our work is never done. It's never done. And just because we have our own children, it takes a village. It takes a village. Okay. The relationship between an aunt and a niece is so unique that it cannot be replicated by the mother. So, oftentimes a mother will get jealous, if she sees you spending too much time with her daughter. But that's when you have to assure her, hey, I'm just there being a listening ear. I'm not trying to take your place. I could never be you. My niece just needs me. This is a time in her life that she needs me. She trusts me. Please allow me. And maybe even talk to the mother beforehand if she's the type that don't like nobody around her kids. Because what'll happen, they'll get mad and go back and tell the child, Why are you telling her all our business? Our business stays in the house, and you should be able to talk to me, and you shouldn't be talking to my sister or nothing like that. So to keep all of that down, maybe let the mother know, look, my niece, your daughter, needs to be reached. She's going through some things, and at this point, it's not about who gonna reach her. It's about who can reach her. So I just need you to know, I'm going to talk to her, make sure she's good, and if she's okay, maybe we can all sit down together. But if she can't talk to you, she needs to be able to talk to somebody. Give your child that much. Okay. And it's nothing bad, against you. Just sometimes, we're too close to our mom. We're too close there. There were so many things growing up I couldn't talk to my mom about. We're too close. We were too close. So, and I had aunts and stuff like that I was able to talk to. My mom, to this day, she'll get mad. Oh, you told your aunt, but you didn't tell me. And it's like, it's nothing personal, Mom. It's just that, I figured, you would judge me more, or you would have your comments, and I wasn't ready for that. But it's not that I wasn't going to tell you. So, one of those things. Let's see. An aunt may not be responsible for the day-to-day tasks, but they can have a huge impact on the well-being of a young girl, even as she grows into an adult. So again, start young. You start young, you build that relationship young with your niece. Again, she'll be 30, 40 years old and still calling on, asking you questions. Hey, auntie, how you make that macaroni? Hey, auntie, how you do this? How you do that? Treasure those times. That's what family is about, Not, oh, I know I don't need to ask nobody nothing. I can figure it out on my own. Your aunts, your mothers, and your grandmothers, oh my gosh, you will always need them. You will always need them. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. An aunt and niece relationship is steady. So again, you gotta feed the relationship. You're constantly building that relationship. That's not something that you take for granted that, oh, we were close when we were younger, so we're going to always be that way. No, you have to put in time. That's like with any relationship. You got to always be building, working on that relationship, making sure that foundation was built solid enough to hold that relationship, because time's going to come. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have disagreements. You may have some falling out, but if you build that relationship the right way, again, guess what's going to come and win every single time? Love, because it was built on love. Okay. She doesn't have to reprimand her niece as the mother does. Again, so there may be a time you may have that relationship with your niece where, hey, you can speak to her how you need to, and she gonna receive you. And if you have that, that's good. But some things you leave to the mother, because again, you're not trying to take over as her mother unless she needs you to, or unless her mother is absent. She provides stability and an escape from the day-to-day. So again, she needs that escape. She needs to get away. She just needs to talk. Come on, niece, I got you. Let's go. Let's go out to dinner. Come on, auntie needs to talk to you. Hey, niece, what's going on? I ain't heard from you in a while. And, let's set up some time. Auntie needs to get with you. We need to talk. I just want to make sure you're good. Okay? We got to do better. We're raising a village. A tribe. Not a village, a tribe. Let's keep our tribe strong, okay? When an aunt starts off playing with her niece as a young child, she is helping to build the child's imaginary world and discover new things and build trust. Again, talking about that building. You know, you can't treat your niece when she's 30, 35 like you did when she was 3 or 10. You know, you might have played where you weren't real serious with her. So as she get older, I mean, you can still play with, you know, you guys can have playful conversations, but that's a grown woman that you're dealing with now. So you got to treat her and talk about grown woman things. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to spend a lot of time laughing and joking, because every moment is a teachable moment. Every moment is an experience. I think if we got to the point where we start looking at people or looking at everybody that we come encounter with as a teaching moment. You know, you laugh, have fun with people, but when you walk away, you want to be able to say, did I help them or did I hinder them? Did I impart in them or did I take away from them? You know, did I make them happy or did I leave them sad? Did I show love or did I show that, hey, I'm really not there. I'm not connected. So when we start doing this with everybody that we come encounter with, it helps them, but then it also helps us because we become better people. So again, when kids have nurturing relationships with their aunts from a young age, they become better problem solvers. I'm telling you, I can't make this stuff up. Again, because I've studied it, I'm speaking and then I'm reading it later, so I'm just leading myself. I'm leading into it. So just bear with me, you guys. I'm really trying to change the dynamics of the family role and the way we look at family. You know, and so that we know that we need the people that we're connected to. We need them. I don't care what status you're in or where you're at in life. You could be living over in Germany with 3 master degrees, but you need somebody. You need somebody, you know. So again, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, you know, be the change that I want to see. This is a change that I want to see. I want to see families coming back together, being better. This is what I want to see. I want to see family reunions being changed. You know, not just, oh, we're going to the family reunion, we're going to go to the picnic, and then we're going to have a free day where everybody's just going to go shopping, and then we're going to have a party night, a dinner night, and only the people that know each other talks to each other. You know, so you leave, you don't know no more people than you knew from the last time that you were there. You know, you didn't venture out and talk to nobody else. You got nieces and nephews that you never even talked to, haven't seen in 20 years. Now they got grown kids. You don't know them, let alone their kids. You know, I want to see family reunions being where you do icebreakers. You go in, sit down and talk to people that you don't know. That's your family. Get to know them. You already know Susie and all her kids. You know them. You talk to them on a regular basis. Make a goal. Give 10 people that you don't know your address and your phone number, and you both commit to making sure that you talk to each other at least once a month. At least once a month. You know, it's fine you have your banquets, but at these banquets, let's have somebody that have studied family, have studied the family history, know a lot of the family. Get up there and teach and share. Talk about the ancestors. You know, somebody do the ancestry and me report so they can have some more information to present to the family. Well, did you know your great-great-grandfather, he did this? Somebody in the family probably invented something. You know, like I said, you're wondering, I don't know how it is that I'm the only one in this family that just love to do makeup. I don't understand. Where did I get this talent from? Now they telling you, oh, see, your great aunt Susie, she was a makeup artist. Hey, chances are your mother probably was closely connected to Susie. Anything. You will find out a whole bunch of stuff. But we don't know this if we don't educate. The Bible tells us we perish for a lack of knowledge. You need to have all the knowledge you need to know about your family. You need to be knowledgeable when somebody asks you about your lineage, about your tribe, about your family. Somebody asked me about, my family. My grandmother's maiden name was Foster. Somebody asked me about the Fosters. I need to be able to tell them, oh yeah, well, and this person, and this is how the family got started, and this person, this and that. I want to be that person. I want to be that person at the family reunions, teaching the children. And we having icebreakers, like I said, and everybody getting to know each other. And now the little kids, they running around and playing with some cousins that they didn't know they had. I can remember, not vaguely, I can remember very clearly a family reunion that we had. And they're like cousins, but they're old enough to be like uncles. I'll never forget, they set us there. Most of the other kids, my cousins, they running around, they playing. But I was so intrigued and so interested in this history that they was putting out there. I found out who my great-great-grandfather was, what he did. I found out the things that I remember. He was like 7 feet tall. He was a chef. And, my son at the time, I don't even know if he was born, but my son now is studying to be a chef. My son is 6'4". So I always tell him and encourage him, your great-great-great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather was a chef, 7 feet. And you know what that did? That just like woke up something in him. I think that made him want to do it even more. And I showed him the picture, the black and white picture of him standing with the chef hat on. That helped him. And then, my grandmother on my dad's side that I never seen was a seamstress. So I'm wondering, where do I get this from? Putting things together, want to sew and all of this. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA. But again, if nobody told me these things or I didn't inquire, I wouldn't know. But this is a part of my history, and I wouldn't just always be quoting things from Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks wouldn't just be my history. Coretta Scott King wouldn't just be my history. When Black History comes up, I can tell my children and their children and friends and family, I can tell them about my ancestors that made a difference in the world. So that's my goal and that's my mission. If I have to travel the world and talk to families, by all means, I'm willing to do that, because I would love to help families, get back to that. We've kind of lost that. And I'm also researching, because I want to do reconnection reunions, for families that have fell out for whatever reasons, coming to family reunions. And we having activities where you come in, you don't say nothing, you don't discuss nothing that took place that was so many years ago. Who cares? It doesn't matter who was right or wrong. What matters is that we love each other, and God has given us an opportunity to come together. So you come together in love. You have a dinner. Whoever is involved, you have a dinner. We have all kind of events catered to that moment, so that when they leave there, they have that divine connection again, and now they're back on course. And I'm telling you, that just excites me. It just excites me. So again, that's for another time, and that's something else. I'm always getting off track. But again, hey, it's all good because it's all still about family and it's about love. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And ways that, again, we can be a great aunt. You can start the aunt-niece bond again early. It's not about buying your nieces and your nephews things. They will benefit more from you spending quality time and teaching them educational things. You know, teaching them, again, about their history, helping them find their purpose if they don't know. Your connection with your niece should be unique. So if you got 3 different nieces and you're involved in all their lives, make sure you're not trying to do the same thing with each one. Give each one of them their own individual time because each one is different and you treat them differently. What you do with one, you can't do with the next, so you have to do something different. But treat them differently and they will appreciate you and love you forever because they won't say, oh, I remember Auntie Renelle, oh, she treated us all the same. No, they're going to say, you know, one thing I loved about Auntie Renelle is when she was with you, she was with you. She spent her time with you, but when she was with me, it was me and her. That's what I want to be known for. I know my auntie loved me because we spent quality time together. And when I'm long and gone and they sitting back talking about, you know, oh, I sure miss my auntie. My auntie was the glue to this, you know, part of the glue to this family. She kept us together. And then they're telling their children and their grandchildren about me. And I feel like I have fulfilled my purpose. You know, another way you can, like I said, get involved in their lives. You can be a shoulder to lean on. Be there in times of celebration, joy, and hard times because they really gonna need you then. Just always be that extra support. Like I said, it can just be where you just pick up the phone and talk to them on a weekly basis or monthly basis to hear from them once a month. My aunt, I have an aunt, Aunt Betty. You know, I don't get to talk to her that much, but when I call her, it does my heart good because she lights up. I can feel it through the phone. She'd be so happy to hear from me, and then I always feel bad because I'm like, I should keep up with her more. But you know, I'm always asking my mom because my mom talks to her every day. And, you know, and I'm always sometimes, oh, tell her I said hey, or, you know, but I got to do better. I got to do better as a niece because that's my aunt. You know, I have a lot of aunts. And one of my goal is I want to get together with all of my aunties. And before I leave this earth or before any more of them leave, I want to be able to take a picture with them. And I want to just sit at their feet and have an event where I get a chance to just talk to each one of them. Because I have one that I have not met on my dad's side. And I'm looking forward to meeting her. I can't wait. I look so much like her, you know. I saw a picture of her and I almost passed out. I'm like, that's my twin. So, again, doing things like that. My aunt, who is the oldest relative that we have now, you know, anytime I go to Indiana to visit her, I make a point. We go out to eat. I want to go pick her up. Let me pick her up and take her to the restaurant. Let me pay for her. You know, her kids got her, yes, but I want to do that for her. You know, I'm always wanting to give her something. It can be the littlest thing. She like brooches. So I know she like brooches every time, you know, I want to give her something. Because I always want to let her know I appreciate you. I am you. I am from you. We cut from the same cloth. I am me because of you. I am me because of you. I have another one like a cousin. She's my cousin, but I always say my aunt. Again, fashion. I'm going to keep it together because I watched you. I watched her. And I knew, my grandmother taught me, you don't step out looking any kind of way. Because this is the first thing people going to see. It's unfortunate because a lot of times they miss what's on the inside. But hey, you gotta play the part. You gotta be the part. all the way. Your inside got to match this outside. Don't just be pretty on the outside and jacked up on the inside. So again, I thank them because I am them. I got a little piece of each and every one of them inside of me. Collectively. How to bond with your nieces and nephews. Just be open with them all the time. Be open and honest. Be trustworthy. Be in contact constantly with them. Be responsive. If they call you, make sure you get back with them. Don't leave them hanging. Be available. If they need you, you're busy, find the time. Find the time. Be fun. Don't be so stiff and always preaching and, teach. Don't just preach, teach. Have fun. Make them laugh. Show them that you still young. You still got it, Be interested. Show them that you're interested in what they do. Be yourself, because they'll appreciate that. They're going to love you for you then. Be the bonus that you are. Let them know. I know you got your mom, but I'm here for you also. Share your experience with them, good or bad. Whatever you went through. You was out there back in the day. Let them know that too. Because guess what? Now they can see that there's hope. They can see where you came from to where you are now. To them, you real. That's the real auntie. Because see, a lot of times, a mother, we ain't going to tell our kids everything that we went through because we don't want them to go and do it. Because we want to have the upper hand on them, making them think we ain't been through nothing. Well, aunt, you ain't got nothing to lose. I'm going to be upfront and honest with you because I want you to be the very best that you can be. So you can always come to me about honesty. Hey, aunt, I just got a question, auntie. Did you ever go through this? Did you ever go through that? Was you ever cheated on? Did you ever do this? Did you ever do that? Yep. Let me talk to you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what auntie went through. Be honest. Maintain a healthy relationship, again, with their parents, your siblings. Always make sure that your nieces and your nephews see you getting along with their mother or their father. You don't ever want to have a real close relationship with them, but you and your sister don't talk, or you and your brother don't talk, and don't have nothing to do with each other. That don't look good for them. Because how you going to tell them that they supposed to be better and keep it together and be a good person, and you're not? So whatever it is, if there's something going on between you and your siblings, you got to squash that for your nieces and your nephews. It ain't about you. It ain't about your sister or your brother. But it is about those children seeing a healthy relationship. And it may even be when you're older. But it's still about those under you seeing healthy relationships. Okay? Aunts offer a place for their nieces to develop a better sense of self, vent about anything from school to relationships. We talked about that. Advice, give advice without the risk of judgment. We talked about that. Acknowledge their fears. Talk about their goals. Ask your nieces and your nephews about their goals. Check on them to make sure that they've completed them goals. Always ask them whenever you see them, what you got going on? What's the time frame in which you working on that? Because you want to be able to go back and say, hey, I know you said this and that, because I'm going to tell you something. They don't want to let you down. So if I know I told my auntie I'm going to do this and do that, I need to have that done because I know she's going to ask me. Ask them. Do fun activities with them. We talked about that already. And maintain boundaries. Always keep the relationship fun, serious, but respectful. Always keep it respectful. Don't disrespect them. Even though, because you hear that, oh, I'm grown. I'm old enough to be your mom. I can say what I want to say. Don't do that. You're trying to reach, keep, and teach them. So therefore, you want to always show them respect. Respect goes a long way. You show somebody respect, you got a friend for life. So yeah, that's about it. Again, because I'm not going to go into the next role, which is the girlfriend. We'll talk about that at another time. But again, I just hope that, you know, I've given you guys some information about the aunt. An aunt is a very, very important role in today's youth, today's young adults, today's older adults' lives. So just be the best aunt that you can be. Know that it's a blessing that God made you an auntie and an uncle, because though you may have your own kids, God has blessed you with some bonus kids that's going to always need you, that's going to respect and love you, that's looking up to you. Don't let them down. Don't let them down. And don't ever let them see you living less than privilege, the privileged life that you deserve. Don't let them see you down and you're down, you know, just not living life like you should. Let them always feel like you're blessed. You're a blessing. Let them always feel like you're somebody that they want to be around, or that you're somebody that they can learn from. That's your job. That's our role. That's what an auntie is. An auntie is not a party buddy, somebody that just alienates their nieces and their nephews. And God knows I'm guilty, but I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better, because I have some beautiful nieces and nephews that's waiting on me. I have one that's just like me. We like the same things, you know. We both sew and create, and we're crafty. And I love her, but you know, life happens to us all. We get so busy, and I think that I have forever to, you know, develop a relationship with her, which I don't. I do the same thing with my sister. You know, we love each other, but I need to do better, because I love her. She's me, I'm her. That's how it is, you know. My cousins, you know, you see them, you see me. We look alike. I got cousins that we look alike, we act alike. You know, people always just say you don't see one without seeing the other. I miss that. But again, like I said, you know, everybody get busy. We have our own families and lives, but we have to make time. Make time for what's important. And a strong family is important. A lot of times we go through the things we go through in life, and we're struggling and all of this, and can't barely make ends meet and stuff. That's because we don't have that strong, firm foundation. We don't believe that we got nothing to stand on. A lot of times we don't think we're nothing because we don't know where we came from. Know where you came from. Know your worth. And add to it. Always. Always add to it. Always build upon that. Always. I love you guys dearly. And I hope that I've helped somebody. I hope I've helped somebody. Thank you guys, and God bless. And I'll see you soon.